The most dangerous weapon in the Mahabharata was not a mace, not a bow, not a curse. It was a rule. Because the war did not begin on the battlefield. It began when injustice learned to look legal. Today I'll show you how the dice game was not just gambling. It was a system that pushed an entire civilization toward war. A game that was not a game. On the surface it looks simple, a dice game in a royal court. But the atmosphere is not playful. It is tense, like a trap that already knows its outcome. Because this game wasn't about chance, it was about power. Once you understand that, everything changes. The dice are only a tool. The real weapon is the social system around the dice. Here is Vyasa's warning in one line. When procedure becomes more important than conscience, cruelty becomes legal. Notice how adharma often enters society, not always with violence, sometimes with etiquette, rules and tradition. People say, it is allowed. This is the custom. The wager is valid. The rules were followed. And that is the danger. Because once injustice receives a stamp of legitimacy, people stop feeling responsible. They begin to hide behind the system. This is how a civilization collapses without realizing it. First, the heart bows. Then the sword rises. Why good people stay quiet? A question comes. If this was wrong, why didn't everyone stop it? Mahabharata gives a painful answer. Wisdom can exist and still fail. Because in that hall, silence was produced by many invisible forces. Fear of powerful people, loyalty to family and dynasty, concern for status. Let someone else speak first. It is too late to interfere now. This is what modern psychology calls diffusion of responsibility. But Vyasa showed it centuries ago as a living scene. When everyone waits, nobody acts. And silence becomes permission. Now we come to what makes Vyasa unique. He does not write events randomly. He writes systems. The dice game is not just a plot twist. It is a model, rule, advantage, silence, normalization, collapse, war, step by step. A rule is used to create advantage. Advantage pressures the weak to accept. Silence spreads because people fear consequence. The wrong becomes normal. Normal becomes a system. When correction is refused peacefully, violence becomes inevitable. That is Vyasa's code. Story is not entertainment alone. It is compressed knowledge about how society works, like an equation expressed as poetry, but made visible through characters. Why war becomes inevitable. Mahabharata is harsh about consequence. It says, if Dharma cannot protect dignity in the royal court, where will it protect it? A public injustice is never private. It becomes a signal. It tells the weak, you are alone. It tells the powerful, you can repeat this. It tells the future, this is normal. And when the future learns that lesson, peace becomes impossible. Then war is not chosen because people love war. War arrives because peaceful correction was denied too long. This is why I say, war begins when injustice becomes legal. Now bring this out of the epic and into life. How many times do we see wrongdoing defended by blind policy, family tradition? This is how it has always been. Rules are rules. But rules without conscience become cruelty. And when people remain silent, because it is not their role, the system becomes stronger than the human heart. Vyasa is warning us. Don't wait for the battlefield to become your first courage. The first courage is earlier, when the wrong is still small, when correction is still possible. In the next part, we will enter the moment when Dharma collapses in public completely. Draupadi's question. Because after the dice game, the epic shows the real cost. A civilization is judged not by what it knows, but by what it protects in public.